I felt called to do post, and I pulled some I Ching cards to see what I needed to talk about. And it's funny because earlier today I got some information from a friend of mine about a situation with the moon going invisible or turning invisible, and then a bunch of guides around this person, and it was confirmed through his experience. And so I dove into it to figure out what happened, because there was a huge shift over the weekend. And it was a collective shift. So I'm going to go into this real fast. It was a collective shift that influenced, it was so big that the magnetosphere shifted. And in that shift, it distorted the light refracting off the moon. So the moon appeared to be translucent, even though it wasn't. It was just the collective shift illuminated light in such a different way that the moon appeared translucent. Okay. And what this shift is, and I'm going to get a few more cards, but this is literally revolution to biting through. So you'll understand this in a second. What the shift is a move away from the inversion, the darkness, the shadows. We crossed a threshold at a collective level where the shadow, the darkness, is now losing, like on the world stage. So we're no longer in head-to-head battle, so to speak. It's like the shadow, the darkness has now been eclipsed, okay? But what we're going to see in the 3D, that's at like a spiritual level, okay? The shadow elements, the inversion, all of that has been eclipsed. It's now behind us, okay? But what we're going to see at a physical level is this coming to the surface, which I've spoken about before, but this was a big shift last weekend. So we're going to see more conflict coming to the surface temporarily as we shift into this new space, okay? So the energies are, I'm having a hard time finding words for this. Give me a second. The energies of the old earth, the darkness, the inversion winning, okay, they're no longer winning at a 3D level, okay? We won a long time ago spiritually. We've had these plans, these things laid out, okay? Now we're seeing the collective move into the organic reality structure, the 5D system. 5D system is organic single point unity, whereas the 3D system is the 2 points of duality. Okay, so we saw a huge shift into this, but there's still going to be conflict. So the cards we got were 49 revolution changing to 21 biting through. So we crossed the threshold in the revolution, and now there's some stuff to work through at a collective level. Okay, so changing lines here are 3, 5, 6. Half transformed, half bound, complete the shift, don't revert. So many of you guys, especially because we have this void in April, that's the sorting month, okay? Spiritual sorting, there's a possibility of a grid shutdown in April too. Just, I'm not trying to freak anyone out, but make sure you have food, water, backup plan, emergency plans in case you need that. That is possible in April. I saw the void, so there's a sorting month for those that have made the shift into the 5D and those that are going to remain in the 3D system. Okay, that's going to happen in April. So don't take half measures. If you want to move into this higher frequency timeline, you need to commit to it. Okay, there's no space or time for you to be wavering between realities and choices. The time is now to make a choice, and it can't be through just, I'm going to choose this path. It's through your frequency, your resonance, your energy. That's how you make choices, okay? Your energy makes the choice first, okay? When you read energy fields, you can actually see the future. You can see all potentialities in someone's field, okay? You can see things in the nonlinear spectrum, okay? And they will come in through energetic potentialities. And the stronger that reality becomes in the field, either the collective field, the planetary field, the personal fields, the more likely that reality is going to manifest. Okay, so you can see these potentialities. Your field comes first. So you define your future by your field, okay? So 5-6 here, right use of power initiates rebirth, lead the change, not through force, but through truth. Okay, again, same exact situation. So resonating with your truth, use your integrity when you're stepping into your power. This whole shift is about integrity, okay? This whole, I just realized this echo's probably on. I'll just leave it. As you elevate and you raise your frequency, your integrity is key. Your alignment is key, okay? If you are wavering, you're taking actions, behaviors, thoughts, emotions that are manipulative or power hungry or distorted, and you haven't done your healing work, it's going to keep you on the old timeline. So you have to sit with yourself, come into that truth and alignment within yourself, realize how you step forward with integrity. That is going to be the only path forward, okay? And with your energy, okay? You can't keep your energy clear and be out of integrity. Your frequency starts plummeting, the light bodies start fragmenting or coming unraveled. You have to stay in integrity, okay? Here we go, line 6, false transformation collapses. If it's not real, it won't hold. That's what I was just saying. So you have to stay in alignment with integrity. Your field has to be structured, stable, and strong, and then you can move on to this higher timeline, okay? So let me just see if there's anything else. Breakthrough. Yeah, huge shift. So that was last weekend, huge shift, and then we have that another shift in April. Let me get a little more info on this. Was that already, was there, so there was already a huge collective that made this shift. Is this planetary? What's this? Enthusiasm. Yeah. A breakthrough already happened. Huge collective already made this shift. So if you felt different the last couple days, that's why. You're on this higher timeline. What do people need to know? Let me just see if there's anything else here. Okay, so again, it's the same guidance. Focus on your energy field. It's the small, tiny things within your field that are going to determine the path forward as we continue moving. Because just because you shifted onto this timeline doesn't mean that you're organically going to be there forever. If you don't stay aligned with your field, your integrity, your intentions, etc., you can always shift back, okay? It's like the whole reality structure is very fluent, and it's determined by your field, your alignment, and your frequency, because it's based on bandwidths of frequency, okay? The timelines are. The higher your frequency, every time your frequency breaks through a bandwidth threshold, you move on a higher timeline, okay? A more evolved, happier, more joyous, lighter, less drama, less chaos, and your reality becomes aligned with that bandwidth, okay? And there's a lot of relational stuff that goes on there because people on different bandwidths can't resonate with higher bandwidths, etc. That's a whole nother video I'm not going to go into. But so do the energy work, stay in alignment, stay in integrity, try not to waver back and forth too much about where you're going. Make a choice, do what needs to be done, do the discipline, disciplined actions, steps to help you refine your field and step into the next era of your evolution. Sending love.